The Twin Cities, Minneapolis, is the scene for the Hawks. There he is, Dyson Daniels, looking to use his disruptive brand of defense to great effect as they ramp up for the raucous crowd at Target Center. Hawks, Timberwolves is next, and we'll be right back. Hi, everyone. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. Kevin Harlan with me tonight. Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. And Allie LaForce is reporting on the sidelines. Chance now to take a look at some of the steal numbers over the scope of the last few months for Jalen Johnson.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. Johnson and Okongwu man the post positions. Dyson Daniels is out there with McCollum, and it's Kuminga in at the three, the small forward. And for Minnesota, the wingmen, Edwards and McDaniels. The big men on the floor for him, Randall and Gobert. And it's DiVincenzo in at the one. We got minutes, we have rotations. These elements, Greg, are very much in the works at this time of the season.
And I tell you, a hot streak from a role player might earn them a starting spot. And further success can really shake things up, giving everyone a fair chance is key.
Now here's McCollum. Outside, Kuminga. Back to McCollum. Pass to Okongwu. 5 to shoot. Outside, Kuminga. A three-pointer off the mark. Timberwolves on offense. Randall down low. Kuminga on him.
Now we talk about the importance of protecting the rim. Right there, outstanding defense.
Randall against Johnson. Fires for three. Bangs home the trifecta. Johnson's got the game going with his first points of the game for the Hawks.
Yeah, he can hit that. Nice shot there from Johnson to drop in the triple.
DiVincenzo passes to Edwards. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
They haven't been able to find their rhythm. That's 3 straight misses now.
Daniels kicks to McCollum. Outside Daniels. Out to the wing. Kuminga against Randall. Kuminga, no good.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Now here's Edwards. 23 points his last outing. Gobert with a screen for DiVincenzo. And Gobert kicks to McDaniels. No good from outside.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Outside, Kuminga. Johnson outside. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Randall down low. He is guarded by McCollum, and that one drops for him.
You know, they like Randall to be an offensive presence in the paint. They want him to be an option on every possession.
And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
So guys, Trae Young's contract in Atlanta was coming to an end, and both sides could not reach an agreement on a long-term contract extension. So trade talks ensued, and Trae Young finds himself in a new destination that now makes him the lead franchise guard in a new home.
It is a new day. Thank you for the update, Shams. The key thing, Coach, that Dante DiVincenzo brings to a team is that coveted 3-and-D skill set.
I agree with that, Kevin, but he brings so much more. He can now play off the dribble and make plays for others, and I think the most underrated thing on a lot of players who become great is Dante DiVincenzo is both very smart and very tough.
Free throw drops for DiVincenzo.
What makes Dante DiVincenzo someone guys want to play with? his grit and his selflessness. He's a hard worker who is always putting the team ahead of himself.
And so DiVincenzo nails both of them. And Greg, when you're dealing with this Timberwolves team fairly deep with size up front,
that can wear you down over the course of a game, and especially in a playoff series, a real strength of this team.
Now here's McCollum coming in off a 12-point game his last outing. Shoots over DiVincenzo, and the basket by McCollum. McCollum's got 5 now.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
And taken away by Johnson. McCollum against DiVincenzo. To the inside. Kuminga. That's in. Coming off the assist from McCollum.
And over time, we've seen Kuminga be a more aggressive scorer, especially when he has the ball inside.
Now here's Edwards. Nothing on the board, and the shot goes down.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Outside Daniels. Back to McCollum. Hawks passing it around. Shoots. A rebound by the Timberwolves.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
Here's Randall. And Gobert kicks to DiVincenzo. Gets the three-pointer to fall. He has 5.
Great positioning. DiVincenzo stays ready to fire the moment he gets the ball.
Kuminga, screen on DiVincenzo. A 3 from McCollum. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 5 here tonight. On the wing, DiVincenzo. He's guarded by McCollum. Here's Randall. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Johnson surveying the floor. Here's McCollum. Makes it off the glass. McCollum's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Well, he's been very efficient in this quarter. Keep getting him the ball.
Bounce pass from Randall. On the wing, DiVincenzo. No good. Good D by McCollum. Kuminga with a wide open look. That 3 off the mark.
Well, he continues to make the effort, but the results just aren't there this quarter.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Now Edwards. Gobert with a screen on Daniels. Good work there as it goes.
Well, right there, Edwards uses the screen to create the space he needs.
Outside Daniels. Back to McCollum. Gobert with the block.
Stellar defense. Gobert will have him thinking twice about bringing it inside again.
A shot by McDaniels, no good.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
McCollum against Gobert. McCollum dishes to Johnson. Just 5 on the clock. It's hauled in by Edwards.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen. With this stoppage in play, we have a chance now to show you which teams led the league in three-point percentage last year. In 4th, the Timberwolves.
Well, their approach to shooting was phenomenal. They didn't force many threes, and when they got a good look, they drilled it.
Naz Reid, he's checked in for Randall.
Atlanta also making some changes here.
Jock Landale's checked in for Okongwu. Reza Shea is coming in for Kuminga. And Nikhil Alexander-Walker in for C.J. McCollum. Reza Shea with it. McDaniels defending. Outside Daniels. There's the triple. Rebound Minnesota.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the three ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against it.
Now here's DiVincenzo,
hoping to put that miserable performance against the Clippers behind him tonight.
For three. With the clock winding down and finished off by Gobert.
And you gotta box out Gobert or he will make you pay on the offensive glass.
And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Kispert's checked in for the Hawks. Hield comes in for Daniel. Here's Landale, guarded by Reid. Alexander Walker with the ball. No scoring in this one. One-on-one here. Osumu finds Highland. Picked by Reid. Shot clock at 6. Highland's shot is good. And it's a 4-point Minnesota lead.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Here's Landale. Here's Reza Shea. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Hield can't hit.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pass to Dosunmu. And here's Reid. He's defended by Landale. Highland passes to Juzak. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
Now, here's Kispert. 8 points his last outing. Here's Reza Shea, defended by Dosunmu.
Yeah, if you give Reza Shea a chance at the rim, he's going to make you pay.
To stand both the 23 and 24 first overall picks coming from France. Reza Shea, the top selection by Atlanta in 24.
Look, and I thought Reza Shea just got better as his rookie year went on, and he's going to continue to improve from year to year. This guy can shoot the ball, he can defend, and he really improved his passing as the year went on.
Here's Highland after the basket by Atlanta. Pass to Juzang. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Highland misses. The Hawks trail. Inside. Here's Landale. It's good. This game is all even.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Stan, March 2025 marked the passing of the great Dikembe Mutombo. 4 of his 8 All-Star appearances came as an Atlanta Hawk.
And he also won back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year awards in Atlanta. 4 in total over the course of his career. A tremendous player, but even more importantly, a humanitarian and a statesman for the game.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Randall's checked in. McCollum's checked in for the Hawks. .56 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Dosunmu, the pass to Randall. Another miss by Minnesota. Atlanta shooting 44% overall here in the first quarter. Pass to McCollum. Back to Alexander Walker. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's McCollum in the corner. Launches a 3. Rebound, Minnesota. Now Highland. To the middle. Up and in on the layup.
And he found the soft spot in the D on that possession.
Now here's McCollum. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Minnesota on top. They lead by a bucket. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And guys, what's your take so far on the Timberwolves?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, we're not surprised by this. These guys work hard and they are physical.
So with Johnson on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. Alexander Walker in at shooting guard and Shea at the small forward. Jock Landale's out there with Kispert, and it's McCollum in at the point guard. Now, here's Ingles. Still yet to score. Over in the corner, Dosunmu. From outside, off the mark.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Pass to Shea. McCollum outside. Clock at 6. Now, Alexander Walker. No luck that time in the shot that would have put them on top. To the paint. Here's Dosunmu. Pass to Randall. Reed with a screen for Randall. And the 3 off target. Atlanta's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's Kispert. Alexander Walker finds McCollum. Back to Alexander Walker. On the wing, Dosunmu. Here's Highland. Rebounded by McCollum.
When you challenge a player on a layup, that's what you want. Getting a stop without a foul. The defense wins that battle.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
Here's Highland. And Greg, the way the floor is spaced now, how much would you enjoy playing in this current environment?
I'm lacing up my kicks as you say that. It would have been a lot of fun. But not only do you have more room to operate, defenders practically, they can't touch you.
And it's good for 2.
Well, Randall doesn't back down from physical coverage. In fact, he welcomes the challenge.
Pass to McCollum. Now Landale. Back to McCollum. Takes a 3. Nailed from three-point land. McCollum's got 10 points.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Highland against McCollum. Back to Ingles. And here is Dosunmu. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. And here we go. The 3 from McCollum. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Randall's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Well, clearly it hasn't been his best game offensively, but collectively, they've still found a way to get the lead.
And they call the foul, so he's got the and 1 chance here to make it a 3-point play. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And converted more than 4 out of every 5 free throw attempts last year, so just solid at the line.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Edwards has come in for Joe Ingles. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Jalen Johnson's checked in for Corey Kispert. And that one misses. Instead, the head coach, Chris Finch, bringing a culture of accountability to this Timberwolves team.
Yeah, Chris Finch challenges every player, Kevin, top to bottom. No sugarcoating Coach Finch's message, but at the same time, getting that buy-in that a coach has to have.
And the Timberwolves with possession here after the basket by Atlanta. Edwards against Johnson. Pass to Landale. Here's Alexander Walker. Johnson the screen. 6 on the shot clock. Alexander Walker passes to Johnson.
A wiry athlete, Jalen Johnson. 2 loud points.
Randle outside. Down low. Stripped it away. At the teardrop, and Johnson with the lay-in good. And it's a 5-point Atlanta lead. And a breakdown here, guys, the hustle stats for the Hawks.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And they are also just outworking the opposition in transition. When the break is on, they've continued to find ways to score.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Thanks, guys. The Timberwolves have elite shot creation, but it's finding that balance. Anthony Edwards said, I'm wired to score the ball. I'm going to showcase my game, so it's hard to find that balance of when to pass and when to keep it and try to get going. Sometimes I feel like the right play is me. Back to you, Kevin.
Fills it up with the best. All right, Allie, as always, we thank you. Now, Highland, following the three-point attempt by C.J. McCollum. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Alexander Walker with the ball. Edwards there. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And checking out some stats for Randle. Coming off a terrific season. Averaged 18 points per, 7 rebounds and 4 assists. And the phrase stats don't lie absolutely applies here. He's been a monster on the court for this team.
Yeah, look, he is truly the kind of player you build everything around. Your plays, your lineups, it's all about setting this guy up for success.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Minnesota making some changes. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. McDaniels comes in for Dosunmu. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Highland. Atlanta also making some changes here. Okongwu's checked in for Jock Landale. And Daniels subbed in for Zachary Rizachet. Now here's Edwards. And there's the call on Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That's foul number 2 for him. Randle passes to DiVincenzo. Clock at 6. Edwards looking it over.
Wow, his shooting woes continue, and it's weighing down this offense.
Inside. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Jaden McDaniels. And Quinn Snyder entering his 3rd full season as head coach of the Hawks.
Well, before this, Quinn had a good 8-year run as coach of the Utah Jazz, which ended when he resigned, being fired instead. But he quickly moved on in Atlanta.
That free throw, no good. And good depth for the Timberwolves. It can be challenging sometimes, Stan, choosing who plays and who sits.
Well, Kevin, that's the kind of problem you want as a coach. But they've traded away a lot of draft capital to assemble this roster. Now it's about paying them to keep them together.
And he sinks the second. Even after pivoting towards their youth, GA the Hawks last season had an improved record.
Yeah, they traded away a bunch of rotation veterans, but the young fellas showed they were ready to step in, and this group didn't miss a beat.
Well, I love when guys like Edwards work inside. Don't settle for jumpers. Get a solid look close to the rim.
Count that one. McCollum's got the lead up to 6 now for the Hawks.
Now, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort. He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
It's stolen by Gobert. Here's Randall. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
Well, when you look at what he's provided them on the offensive end, it's been an important part of why they're leading.
McDaniels kicks to DiVincenzo. Randall outside. Launches it from deep. Rebound, Atlanta. Alexander Walker with the ball. Now defended by Gobert. Back to Alexander Walker. Pass to Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
Oh, here's Edwards. He has 6. And here's Randall. McDaniels outside. 5 on the clock. Randall against Johnson. Randall no good. And it's the Hawks ball. They're on an 18-6 run. McCollum with the bounce pass. Alexander Walker with the ball. Last game he had 13. McCollum feeling it out a bit. Shoots over DiVincenzo. McCollum no good. And here's McDaniels. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. It's a 10-point game. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. Daniels against DiVincenzo. And he lays it straight in. DiVincenzo's got 7 points in the game.
He knew he was going to take the bump. DiVincenzo converted anyway. That's just tremendous focus.
And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Reed, he's checked in for Minnesota. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Kuminga's checked in. Johnson outside. On the wing, Daniels. Edwards defending. Okongwu with a screen on Reed. Johnson can't get it to go. Timberwolves trail by 8. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some.
They grab their own miss. And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. Gobert, and that's good.
Then Gobert showing how much he wanted that basket.
The Hawks leading by 6. Here's Alexander Walker. He has 6. Okongwu with a screen on DiVincenzo. And they call an illegal screen here. While there's a break in the action, let's take a look at the players who had the most steals in the league last season. Dyson Daniels on top.
There were so many nights when he controlled the game through his defense. Not a surprise to see him ranked at the top.
Minnesota shooting a measly 26% in the second quarter. Right side, Edwards. And they get it back. Just 5 to shoot. And the wide open shot from Reed. Good, and the assist goes to Edwards. Reed's got his first 3 points of the game. Greg, Anthony Edwards is full of confidence, and it's beautiful to watch.
And rightfully so, and can do it all on the floor. As complete of a wing as you'll find in our league.
Timberwolves trail by 3. DiVincenzo finds Edwards. 1:14 left in the first half. A 3. Rebound, Atlanta. Johnson's got 6 rebounds in the game. Now, Alexander Walker. He has 6. Pass to Kuminga. No good, unable to end this run.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
DiVincenzo can't hit it.
Well, you can't question his confidence from out there, but it's not falling. Maybe time for a different approach.
Shot by Johnson, no good. It's a close game here in Minnesota. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Pass to DiVincenzo. This one for 3. Rebound, Atlanta. Okongwu's now got 4 rebounds now tonight. Now, here's Johnson. Now, here's Kuminga. Here's Alexander Walker. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Hawks lead by 3. Now we've got a moment now. Let's go courtside to Allie LaForce. Allie.
I'm here with Chris Finch, and Coach, any adjustments that you'd like to see on the offensive end?
Yeah, I mean, ideally we'd like to get some movement and get into a bunch of random pick and rolls, and then we feel like keep the defense a little bit off balance, but been a little sluggish so far tonight.
Got to put the defense back on its toes. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Allie, for that. And, folks, we'll be back with you after this short halftime break. So don't go away.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming games.
Well, right now for Minnesota, you really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason.
Yeah, you have big changes, and then you have subtle changes. Everything in preparation for this moment.
And focusing back in on the Hawks, they're in a tight one.
They're playing with the team-first attitude, making that extra pass. Shaq, that could have been you.
You need to check your receipts, sir. Over 3,000 career assists. Apology accepted.
That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. The Hawks leading by 3. Top of the forward, it'll be McDaniels and Randall. Guard and off guard, filled by DiVincenzo and Edwards. And it's Gobert in at the center, locking down the middle. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Now here's McCollum. Minnesota with the rebound. Randall surveying the D. McDaniels outside. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Hawks. 3-point lead. Pass to Johnson. The three ball. And rebounded by McDaniels. Minnesota shooting a low 30% right now in every offensive performance. And here's Randall. Outside Edwards. Picked by Randall. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Daniels with it. Edwards defending. Pass to McCollum. There's the three. The Hawks again can't hit.
Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more.
Gobert with a screen on Daniels. Edwards no good.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Count that one. McCollum's got the first bucket of the third here for the Hawks.
That's nice touch around the rim. McCollum makes the most of his opportunities down there.
McDaniels finds DiVincenzo. Pass to Edwards. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Daniels. Here's Kuminga. The offensive rebound. McCollum. Gobert with the block.
Nice play by Gobert, providing elite rim protection for over a decade.
Count it, and the Atlanta lead has been cut down now to just 3 on the bucket for McDaniels. Outside, Kuminga. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's McCollum. Again, McCollum missing. The Timberwolves have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. McDaniels passes to Randall. Gobert with a screen for Randall. And they recover it. They get it again. And finished off by Gobert.
I mean, could this be any easier for Gobert? The rim is right there for him.
And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two.
And checking out some numbers for Gobert. He's coming off an excellent season. 7th in rebounding, and he finished among the top 10 in blocks, bringing that intimidation factor to the paint.
And it's a pretty terrific feat to finish top 3 in field goal percentage. Just a testament to how hard he works to become the consummate pro. Here's Kuminga. Nice defense from McDaniel.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Pass to Randall for the lead. Hits it from 3-point range. Randall's got 11 points.
Well, hey, Randall possesses this kind of range. The defense has to at least honor his shot.
McCollum against DiVincenzo. McCollum up top. 14 points for him. Just 3 to shoot. Daniels kicks to Kuminga. That one's off. Still out of sync.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
Here's Kuminga. Anthony Edwards making his last shot. It's McCollum on the wing, defended by DiVincenzo. McCollum no good.
Well, he's pressing right now, which can happen when you're trying to cut into a lead.
Randall kicks to DiVincenzo. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
I thought they played better defense in the first half. Since the break, they've been missing something.
And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Jonathan Kuminga. And while we've got this moment here, now let's take a look at last season's leaders in converting turnovers into points. Number 5, the Hawks.
And this team, in terms of scoring off of turnovers, that became the identity. I mean, they really look to disrupt and cause problems defensively. And, boy, do they take advantage on the other end. And providing the support, boy, they need it. That stops a 12-0 run by the Timberwolves.
In the first half, he handled the ball well, but he's been pretty reckless with it in this second half.
The Hawks trail by 5. And here's McCollum. He's got 14. Okongwu a screen. McCollum against DiVincenzo. Okongwu, the pass to McCollum. And the baseline jumper, no good.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backcourt.
DiVincenzo with it. He's got 10. Here's Randall. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got rebound number 7 for him tonight. McCollum against DiVincenzo. And a wide open look for Daniel. Misses the wing J. Minnesota with the ball. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. And here's Edwards from the arc. Kept alive, Minnesota. And he comes up with the deuce. Randall's got the lead up to 7 now for the Timberwolves.
Man, he is so tough to move inside. Randall going to work on the offensive glass and gets the score as a reward.
Alexander Walker with the ball. Edwards defending. Chalk up 2 there.
And, guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Randall outside. McDaniels against Daniel. Randall outside. Pulls from the top of the key. Rebound by the Hawks. It's off to Charlotte for him after this game as they take on the Hornets. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. Johnson dishes to McCollum. Johnson up top. He's defended by Randall. Johnson, the pass to Alexander Walker. Johnson with a screen on Edwards. Here's Alexander Walker. Gobert pulls it in.
Yeah, well, that's a shot the defense is probably going to let him keep taking.
Here's Edwards. Edwards making a statement.
Well, talk about a guy who plays above the rim. Anthony Edwards.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
McCollum against DiVincenzo. McCollum passes to Daniels. Okongwu with a screen on McDaniel. Gobert with the block.
And when Gobert is playing with this kind of aggression on that end, there aren't many better at defending.
Back to DiVincenzo. That's in, coming off. Randall's got 3 assists tonight. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
Well, they're shot blocking. The defensive effort level has been great. You got to love that intensity.
And we also got to highlight how lackluster the opposition has been in terms of boxing out. This team is flat out bullying them on the offensive glass.
And the Timberwolves with possession. They're on an 18-4 run right now. So Coach Van Gundy, after 4 Defensive Player of the Year awards, his last coming in 2024, do you think Rudy Gobert has a chance at another?
Well, look, Kevin, I think Rudy continues to play at just as high a level defensively. But now as the game has changed, I think we're starting to reward guys with those awards who can not only protect the rim and make it tough on teams, but can go out on the perimeter and guard multiple positions. So I think it'll be tough for him to get a fit.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Hey, guys. Anthony Edwards is truly a superstar on the rise. He said, quote, "People forget how young I am. I'm not even touching my prime yet. I'm just trying to get more efficient as every year goes by." Guys?
Yep, a star on the rise. Allie LaForce with the report. Hey, Allie, thanks. So it's the Hawks now, following the three by Minnesota. Okongwu a screen. Back to McCollum. From past the arc. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got rebound number 19 now. Incredible board work. McDaniels against Daniel. Esther Randall fires the three. Johnson with the rebound. Johnson's got his 7th rebound here tonight. McCollum outside. There's a minute 40 left in the third. Back to Johnson. Shot to stop the run. DiVincenzo with the rebound. DiVincenzo's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. McDaniels passes to Randall. 1:14 left in the third quarter. Out to Edwards. Jacks up a three. Johnson with the rebound.
Yeah, really unlike him to have this kind of game from three.
Pass to Daniel. It's stolen by Gobert. Here's DiVincenzo. And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Minnesota making some changes. Reed, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Dosunmu comes in for McDaniels. And Bones Highland subbed in for Edwards. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Jock Landale's checked in for Okongwu. Corey Kispert comes in for Johnson. Zachary Rizachet's checked in for Dyson Daniels. And Hield subbed in for McCollum.
Well, that time attacking the rim. Rizachet is a true 3-level scorer.
Hield against Highland. Randall a screen on Hield. Here's Highland. No good with the triple. The Hawks trail by 13. Now Rizachet. To the inside. Here's Kispert. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Well, it's good to have a player on the floor with that kind of awareness. He recognized the situation.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Minnesota on top, up 11. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. So with Johnson on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. Alexander Walker in at shooting guard and Rizachet at the small forward. Corey Kispert is out there with Jock Landale. And it's McCollum in at the point guard position.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Now here's Randall. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Randall's got 10 points in just the second half.
Tonight has been all about Julius Randle. He is scoring at will They should keep going to him.
Now here's McCollum. Pass to Landale. Free throw good. Landale. And Landale drops both of them. Minnesota leading by 14. Randall outside. Back to Highland. Rebound, Atlanta. McCollum's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Even though it hasn't been his best game, they're still up, and that's what's important.
Here's Ricochet, and it's in there.
Well, Ricochet has decent size, and he uses it well that time to put points on the board.
And so it's Highland with it. He brings it up for the Timberwolves. Reed with a screen on McCollum. Pass to Reed. Misses the 3. The Hawks trail by 12. And we're around 2 minutes into the 4th quarter here. Here's Ricochet. He's defended by Randall. Shot clock at 5. Ricochet with it. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Osumu finds Highland. To the wing right side. Randall outside. Back to Highland. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. Randall's got 5 assists in the game. McCollum against Highland. Here's Ricochet. It's tipped down low. Landale uses the glass to finish the layup.
Tossing a pass to the interior. That's what you want to do. Get into the paint.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. Minnesota making a switch here. Edwards is checked in. Waylon Johnson's checked in for Atlanta. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch was going over with his team. He was clapping in the huddle, saying to his guys, loving the effort right now. Keep the intensity on them. Leave no doubt in their mind that this game is ours. Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, we thank you for that. Now McCollum, after Anthony Edwards missed from long range. And with that shot, the Minnesota lead is cut to just 11 on the basket from McCollum.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Randall finds Dosunmu. Back to Randall. Out to Edwards. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. 12 points for Anthony Edwards.
Well, I'd say any play with Edwards on the finishing end has a good chance of succeeding.
Pass to Ricochet. Banked in off the glass. Ricochet's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, it doesn't get any easier than this. They'll take these shots every time.
Highland against McCollum. For three, Edwards. Edwards with another miss.
Yeah, there's no reason for the defense to get out on him right now. Just let him keep taking that shot until he shows them he's going to knock it down.
Now here's McCollum. Johnson at the elbow. Pass to Rizachet. Shoots it up. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Here's Highland. No good on the three. The Hawks trail by 11. Johnson inside. Randall on him. Johnson kicks to McCollum. And he converts the layup.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Minnesota leading by 9. Highland passes to Reed. Now Randall. Covered by Johnson. Now Dosunmu. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. Randall's got assist number 7 for him tonight.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
A natural score. Give McCollum any room to get his shot off, and he's going to let it fly.
Outside Edwards. Pass to Reed. 5 to shoot. Shoots over Landale. Reed misses. The Hawks trail by 9. To the paint. Here's Rizachet.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of it.
Edwards kicks to Randall. Reed with a screen for Randall. From downtown. Goes back up. Pass to Dosunmu. From the arc. Kept alive.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backdoor.
And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Hawks. Here's Alexander Walker. Now here's McCollum. Rizachet wide open. It's good from long range. Rizachet's got 9 points now in the quarter.
He's got a nose for the bucket. Rizachet ready to go once he got it.
Randall against Johnson from 15 feet away. Randall no good. The Hawks trail by 6. To the middle. Here's Landale. That one goes in.
Right to the rim. Aggressive approach when it matters most.
Well, when it's this close, you want to put your best scorers in a position to succeed. That's exactly what happened.
Here's Highland after the basket by Atlanta. Randall passes to Dosunmu. Johnson against Randall. Pass to Highland. Off target from three-point range. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Johnson, the pass to McCollum. Here's Rizachet, defended by Dosunmu. Rizachet finds Alexander Walker. Looking to end his cold spell. Minnesota with the rebound. Reeves got his 7th rebound here tonight. Inside. Here's Randall, and Randall throws it down.
And this is how Randall likes to operate, taking it in to the defense over and over again.
Pass to Rizachet. Back to McCollum. Now Highland. A shot from 6. Johnson rips down the board.
And they've had the advantage tonight on the glass, and that's another big one.
And it's off.
And so it's Highland with it. He brings it up for the Timberwolves. It's Randall. Count it!
Yes, we've seen the range from Randall, but at his core, he's a big who excels around the hoop.
And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. He knows every possession is critical now. Minnesota making some changes. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. McDaniels comes in for Dosunmu. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Highland. And then for Atlanta, Okongwu's checked in for Jock Landale. Jonathan Kuminga comes in for Zachary Rizachet. And Daniels subbed in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. McCollum against DiVincenzo. Now here's McCollum. Defense right on him. Gobert there for the rebound. Timberwolves leading by 8. Now McCollum. 1:57 left in the fourth quarter of this one. McDaniels.
Well, McDaniels is a physical player. He doesn't mind getting roughed up a bit while trying to score.
Shoot 2.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
And you think back to when McDaniels was drafted. Everyone talked about his potential. Now they're talking about his consistency as a contributor, especially at the defensive end.
And he ends up making the second, and that will put them up by 9. Time running out for the Hawks. And here's McCollum. Outside Daniel. Puts up a deep 3. And it doesn't go.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
That's one of those heat check shots. And heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
Now Randall. Outside Edwards. Edwards drills the 3.
Well, you have to be careful with Edwards on the arc because he is completely fearless.
The Hawks trail by 12. Daniels. Oh, what an assist. Leading him to the bucket.
Well, sharp interior passing is so important. The best way to create high percentage buckets.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Timberwolves.
And they had to battle for this win. There were times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
And that's a product of their mental toughness. Anytime the flow of the game turned against them, instead of caving, they just dialed it up a notch and were able to pull away.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
No doubt they came in very motivated to win this one and finish the season series at a game apiece.
And you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Julius Randle.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Now here's McCollum. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Kuminga. And get the 3. And so the Timberwolves take the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
Let's now hear from Allie LaForce, who is courtside with our player of the game.
Julius, it wasn't always smooth sailing tonight, but you guys got it done. How did you feel about the level of play coming down the stretch?
Absolutely amazing. You know, there's ups and downs of the season, but, you know, one thing is we're going to play hard every night and give ourselves a chance. So we did that for most of the night, but, you know, we did an amazing job staying together.
The effort certainly was not lacking tonight. Thanks, Julius.
Oh, terrific job, Allie. Thank you so much. That was enjoyable. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Allie LaForce, and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. And now, our player of the game, Julius Randle.